Scaramucci's wife suddenly files for divorce after just 3 years. Here's unbelievable reason why. Anthony Scaramucci is the newly minted White House Communications Director. He has already established a reputation as being a no-nonsense businessman willing to tell it like it is. This recent revelation concerning his family is no different. It was announced a short while after he accepted his new position that his wife of 3 years had filed for divorce through the court. Several anonymous sources told reporters at Page 6 that his wife Deidre Ball had decided to file divorce not long after they had tied the knot. One source reportedly said this was the reason she was filing to end their marriage. She is tired of his naked ambition, which is so enormous that it left her at her wit's end. Another source indicated that the president had actually played a negative role in their relationship and his willingness to work for him had created a wedge in their relationship. The source reportedly said, "Deidre is not a fan of Trump, and she hasn't exactly been on board and supportive of Anthony and his push to get back into the White House." Scaramucci tweeted out a request for the media to leave his family alone following this divorce filing. Specifically, his tweets pointed at reporters where he said that this time will determine which journalists have class and which do not. His family includes his wife as well 3 children from previous relationships. Those include 21-year-old Amelia, 18-year-old Anthony Jr., and 24-year-old Alexander. The Daily Mail reported the following about Scaramucci and his wife. The wife of Anthony Scaramucci has filed for divorce. This will be the second divorce for the father of 3, who has a daughter Amelia, 21, and 2 sons, 18-year-old Anthony Jr. and Alexander, 24, who goes by AJ. The Wall Street financier, 53, married Ball in 2014, but it is unclear when the two began dating. Ball, 38, left her job as a vice president in investor relations for Skybridge Capital after Scaramucci sold the firm. She has donated money to both Republican and Democratic politicians, including Representative Kathleen Rice's DNY campaign, and Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker's presidential bid, The Hill reported. She and Scaramucci live in the Long Island town of Manhasset, which is also home to Bill O'Reilly and Jose Reyes. He was photographed at the White House on Friday without his wedding ring, although the band was spotted on his finger when he appeared on the morning television shows from the front lawn of the White House on Wednesday. Scaramucci was previously married to Lisa Miranda, who was the mother of Amelia. Miranda appears to have far different political leanings than her ex-husband, having supported Hillary Clinton in the recent election. She also proved to be very calm and collected in the wake of President Trump's surprise election win, writing on Facebook, "Congratulations to those who chose to support Donald Trump. I sincerely hope that he proves to be all you hope for." She then said to her fellow Clinton supporters, "What seems like a setback is just a setup for a future of true equality." While inside reports seem to show that Scaramucci has always been a highly ambitious and tenacious individual, which would make it appear that perhaps his wife felt that she could change him but failed to do so, and when she couldn't she ended the relationship. However, people never change. To think so is naive. The Daily Mail also reported the following. Scaramucci got his start in the world of finance at Goldman Sachs, working at the firm for 17 years after graduating from law school in 1989. He then left in 1996 to start his own firm, Oscar Capital Management, which in 2001 sold to Neuberger Berman. It was in 2005 that he created Sky Capital, which became his biggest success and pushed his fortune over the billion-dollar mark. One of the myth-like stories told about Scaramucci is the one about how he was hired, fired and then rehired by Goldman in the span of just 1 year. That polarizing characteristics that could make such a situation seem plausible were certainly on display this week, when Scaramucci delivered a foul-mouthed tirade of an interview to a reporter from The New Yorker after failing to state at any point that what he was saying was off the record. While Scaramucci chalked up his comments in the interview as colorful language, he cancelled his appearances on a number of panels at Politicon this weekend. In the end, President Trump elected to part with Scaramucci's nemesis, the former chief of staff Reince Priebus, rather than his new right-hand man. He has also hosted the Fox Business Network's Wall Street Week in 2015 after he pitched the idea of a revival to Roger Ailes. Regardless of political affiliation, Scaramucci's family should be off-limits. He was certainly right about one thing. For reporters to write about his personal tragedy is nothing more or less than classless. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe Breaking News 365 channel. Goodbye and see you again.